weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Herbert going to go to the air right away. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 91 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. This defense for the Chiefs, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Herbert back to the air. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. George Karlaftis. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the 1st down.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. Now here's Mahomes. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
You talk about the defense for these Chargers, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's fourth down. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Herbert now. That one complete to McConkey. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He finds his man complete. It's Clayton. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
3rd and 12. Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Warren. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Jake Bailey now. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Warren will try the right side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. On the give, it's Warren. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. George Karlaftis. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Open man right side. That's McConkey. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the...
Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at those just to look. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Again, it's Pacheco. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown! Isaiah Pacheco with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Lets one go downfield for Pierce. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you...
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Xavier Worthy. 73 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Herbert on first down now. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again, Herbert. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Here's Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start up at Mile High, Tennessee on the road to take on Denver. And it's the Broncos who have the lead in the second quarter. Javonte Williams, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in.
But no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Pacheco once again. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Pacheco gets it up the gut. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A handoff for Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Justin Herbert. He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey. Touchdown, LA! Len McConkey. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. They'll run for it with Pacheco. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 8. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. A give right side for Pacheco. He stiff-arms him. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Chiefs are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Possession switching back now to the Chargers. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. Herbert throwing again. That's taken in by Palmer. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's again complete to Palmer. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. 2nd and 5. Now it's Herbert. Got his man. It's Warren. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Again, Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point try now from Dicker. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to try and go deep again. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Chiefs, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.